beautiful Sunday. I hope and pray that you are home safely with families and friends, and that you get a chance to watch this dope content, dope information, dope. But this is also, being that it's dope, and right, and we're gearing towards another way of looking at things, from a proper perspective of a person that cares about another human being, right? This is an actually true fact. So before I get into this, I want to send my condolences out to the family members, to the family that lost their family member tragically through violence and murder, death, kill. We definitely would like to talk about this, right? And I'm coming from another different point of view to talk about this that's been plaguing our communities since the beginning of the creation of our creation, mankind. The first people in creation, right, is the melanated people, and there's a big campaign to destroy us on every type of level, however way you want to look at it, physically, mentally, spiritually, and every other resources and ways that we may not know about, right? So I don't know the politics that's going on in LA, right? And I'm not going to get into that. First and foremost, when you look at my description, I did a video yesterday, right? And it's part one. It's allegedly talking about Big U's son being murdered, right? Murder, death, killed. That was Backstab, right? And you go on a lot of these major platforms, right? And I know people put it out there, his demise, but to video camera, to actually see them doing CPR trying to save this young man and being broadcast all over this internet, right? And these major platforms is disrespect to the family, right? It's disrespect to the family. And I get it, basically. That we are taught that we are ops with one another, that we don't know where we come from, we don't have a language, it's mixed up. We Moors, we African American, we black, we Egyptian, we all of these other civilizations, but our own civilization over here, right, which is called the Uply God Right One. And we never had a language, and we never talked. And this was amongst the indigenous descendants of the earth, right, and of America, of North America, to be exact. Well, I want you to understand that. And I also want you to understand that the Creator specifically talk about us, right, over here in the West, right? We talking about in the West, basically. The Creator says that it is not righteous that you turn your face to the East and West. The East and West. It is not righteous. Meaning that even though that these places are righteous, right? And these two places is what? That's why he said the East and West. These two places is what? The first coming of, the first existence of mankind, first creation of mankind, and the second coming of mankind. This is an actual true fact. And this is why he said it is not righteous that you turn your face to the East and West. East and West. You understand what I'm saying? So I want to break this down from a different point of view, of a spiritual point of view, on letting you know on who you are. You are the Alpha Omega, and we are him, but with limitations, right? Only then and when we learn on who we are and we practice on who we are, all of this sick, barbaric, devil, demon, street life, mentality, YNs, all of this stuff, calling each other up, will be eradicated from our civilizations, because this was co-created for our demise in the end, being in jail, being on drugs, and everything else, and we just feed into it. And I know and understand, right, that it was so much murders that happened amongst our civilizations. An actual fact. Good morning. I know and understand that so much pain and hurt, so many mothers lost daughters and sons to this sick, barbaric devil demon. This is the true op. He gets the human beings to do the dirty work. He don't do the dirty work. He encouraged them and teach them and show them moves and ways and actions to do what? To murder, death, kill each other. It's an actual true fact. He's getting Abel's descendants to kill Abel's descendants. The rightly guided upright ones. That is the owners of, not the owners, but that is the caretakers and the vice journals of this earth that keep justice and balance. As long as we fighting each other and murdering each other out in these streets and posting up, right, for views, likes, and shares, and subscribes to run it up, we always going to be in the state of dumb, deaf, and blind. But there's some of us that's spiritually inclined. There's some of us not doing things for fame, fortune, and riches, likes, shares, and subscribes. None of that, because there's some of us that already have that been in the spiritual world for a very, 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 very long time. Yes, and I'm one of them. I'm happy to say that I'm one of them. I'm the interpreter. I'm the interpreter. I am the interpreter. So this is part 2 of Big U's son being murdered and killed, and someone taking their camera out showing this, and the people are running it up and showing these officers doing CPRs on this man. And they show, it's graphic. This should not be shown. It should be a little respect. Now, I'm not into the politics into LA in California. I'm not into that. But what I'm into is spirituality. That everybody that I could touch, and each human being that I could touch, their spirit and soul with spirituality. That's what I'm into. I'm here to bring the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding with the Alpha Omega to help of worshiping him and see the importance of worshiping him. We are living in the dark, 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 dark time. We've been living in the dark times. We've been living through a dark, dark age. We've been living in a dark, dark age. We've been here. But it just was clouded. It was clouded. You just couldn't see it. So when you are in the spiritual realm and you are spiritual and you are righteous and you sit back and look in, you look in, you see it. But those that's committing these acts of violence and murder don't see it. Because majority of the people are going after want. Our needs are met. Our needs are met. And what's being promoted is want. And your want has a beginning and end. Our wants has a beginning and end. Do you understand that? Our wants has a beginning and end. Meaning this earth and everything that's in it. It has a beginning and end. Why jack this life that has a beginning and end? Don't you want to know and get to something that has a beginning but no end? Meaning the afterlife. And meaning the Alpha Omega, the creating everything exists. He has no beginning, he has no end. He says in scriptures, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim, Bismillah rahmanir rahim. He said, Qul huwa Allahu ahad, Allahu samad, lam yalid wa lam yulad wa lam yakul lahu kufuwan ahad. He said, say he, the Almighty is one. He begets not, nor is he begotten, meaning that nothing birthed him or created him. And he doesn't have children, right? And he doesn't have children and have sex. There's no beginning and end to him. And there is nothing onto him. He is unique in his own right. He exists outside of his he exists outside of his creation. And most of his creation, majority of us, has a beginning and end. Majority of the creation has what? A beginning and end. But that spirit, which is what? Which is him, which has no beginning and end because he duplicated himself and put limitation on it. That right there, that is him. That don't have a beginning and end. It is mortal, your spirit. But your physical and everything that we doing and our wants has a beginning and end. So why go after that? Why murder, death, kill us and everything that has what? A beginning and end. Meaning this world, the benefit is only a benefit of our physical existence. That's it. But being that this murder, death, kill, barbaric devil, demon Know what? Know the hidden jewels and the benefits that's beyond our what? Our intelligence and our mind, body, and soul. Right? He knows what's in the earth and outside of the earth and beyond the earth because he was there. Not as an angel, but as an entity of free will. This is an actually true fact, and I want us to understand that. This is our op. This is our op. Because he was let go from up above because the disrespect, he was kicked out of a beginning but no end. You understand that? A beginning but no end. He was kicked out of that. And ever since then, he's been our op. He's been our op. He's been our op. This is an actually true fact. And I need for us to understand this. You understand what I'm saying? And a lot of these things happen is because we forgot on who we are. We are able descendants. The one that stand tall. The one that stand on integrity. The one that stand on loyalty. The one that stand on the worship of the Alpha Omega, the creator everything in existence. Your melanin is a key to this life and in the next. Do you understand that? Your melanin is the key of this life and the next. And your spirit. We need to get to know and understand on who we are. And I guarantee you, with the help of the Alpha Omega, a lot of these things will be eradicated. But to sit here and to run up likes, shares, and subscribes and views by showing a video of this man being murdered and killed, and the police are doing CPR, is very disturbing and disrespectful. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's very disrespectful. Very disrespectful. And I don't recommend that none of us do things like that. None of us do things like that. Because in the beginning of the day, the end of the day, the middle of the day, it will come back to you in some shape or form. Whether you want to believe or not. When it happened to you, you're not even going to know. It's just going to be inflicted upon because of the decisions that we make. And we make the decisions out of dumb, deaf, and blind, out of ignorance. Based on this physical world, because this entity taught us, right? And put people over us to misuse us, to blind us by this ignorant existence. This is an actual true fact and plague us with this gangster persona life. This is an actual true fact. This is why I said that I'm coming from a different point of view. I'm not coming from a point of view that everybody wants to hear. To perpetuate the murder, death, kill of able descendants. So we are enemies of ourselves. We are enemies of this entity, sick barbaric. We are enemies of other civilizations. We got to change the narrative spiritually and bridge the gap between the next life. Don't you know you are the key to the next life? You didn't know that? But now you know. So I want to send my condolences out to Big U, his family, his loved ones, and friends. Wherever the case may be, the aftermath, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about this eye of us that we cannot see. It lurks in the shadows, in the shadow, in the backdoor, any and everybody. I don't care who you are. It backdoor you in the end. It's going to backdoor you. It's evil. It's allowed to do that. And if you don't use your God-given gifts, your talent, or free will to do good, we are in the world of trouble like we seeing now. But some of us going to stand up on business. Some of us going to stand on honor. Some of us going to stand on integrity of worshiping the Alpha Omega, the creator and everything existing. And I will happily be the one that said I am part of that one that's standing up and speaking out. That's pulling up and speaking out against evil. That's right. I've been for a very long time. I may be new on the internet, but in the spiritual world, that is the foundation of our existence. I'm recognized and known over there. Get in tune. Get in tune. Peace. Peace.